Okay, can I have your attention, please? Welcome back. Good afternoon. We will keep this as short as possible. We plan to leave in half an hour, so please, can I have your attention and focus? And we'll achieve what we set out to achieve by 5 o'clock. We have this session, after the parallel sessions where we heard a lot about the actions of the action plan. Now we want to conclude the day with a discussion, a debate about policies and how we can bring the experience and the results and the lessons of the action plans, implementation and monitoring into policy change, particularly for the future. And we want to maintain some kind of capitalization and project legacy, and all these actions in the 9 destinations not to be lost and be put on a shelf, but to continue, and possibly and preferably for other regions to be able to draw on this experience and implement similar actions as a capitalization or legacy of CHRISTA project. So I will give the floor to Alain Sipaila, who is the chairman, the president of Sibiu Country Tourism Association Board, and he will run this session.
Thank you, Manos. We are on a tight schedule in order to finish in half an hour, as you told us. So we have 2 questions in front of us. What is the main things that each region have remained with after the CHRISTA project, and what is the legacy? What's the plan for the region, and why not what is the plan for all of us? Because I believe that this project enforced us to working together, gave us more strength, and speaking for our organization, it better us. It makes us more resilient, more stronger, and with more knowledge to face the future. So I will start with Rula Agrotu from Paphos Regional Tourist Board. And I would like to ask you if you can summarize what is Paphos' legacy, and also what Paphos has achieved through this project.
I think yes.
Nikos wants to talk, so I will ask Nikos to do this.
Okay. As a project, it's helped us out, first of all, to identify different needs of the enrichment of the tourist product of the region. And even though we know it is different, because now we realize it, we analyze it, and we came up to this result and conclusion. First of all, for the industrial heritage, we put everything in an order, and it will be easier for us to move on, because now the policy instrument working with us, and we already put it onto a paper and is written down and signed by the policymakers that the industrial heritage, even though we have only 3 spots so now we know which one they are, we know how they do. The municipality is already proceeding to purchasing these properties, and the goal eventually will be getting on. As for the intangible heritage, the Fitiotico, the last 10 years is getting more popular as an idea to become an UNESCO heritage, I think. So we did all the necessary acts that we're supposed to do, and from training and so on. Now we're in the point that the national UNESCO office of Cyprus will fulfill that envelope and send it to UNESCO, because it's going to take some years in order to be going on. So also the second target was successful and we move on. And the third target with the archaeological park, even though that area is already very popular for the region of Paphos, with these tools that we have with the digitization and the interpretation center, they will give a better picture of what exactly is the park and what is have to say and show to the visitors. So, and it's a good step, so we can move on with these techniques in order to enrich that product of digitization and get more things like augmented reality that we are planning for the park over there. Basically, that's the targets that we fulfill through the program.
Do you feel that there is a way to continue working on these matters together for the future?
Together with all of us? Definitely, of course. With the relationship that we have now, I believe that it will be an extra tool for each one of us to be on the same team and share new ideas and good practices from each other, as the program shows that it's different if you see different perspective of thinking from different places, so you can fix and try to design your own without having to redesign the wheel all over again and spending time and money for nothing. So if a good practice is approved and it shows that it's really good, it's basically just copy it and move on and save your time and your money.
Thank you very much, Nikos. We saw this morning that we are part of a movement which influenced a large number of public policies, and the numbers were quite impressive, and I think that this is one of the main and important things that we have achieved and we will achieve shortly with our CHRISTA project. So I'm going to Lars Nordstrom from Västra Götaland region now, asking what is, we saw during this morning that Västra Götaland was one of the source of inspiration for a number of projects. What are your inspirations inside the CHRISTA project and the legacy of Västra Götaland region?
Well, thank you very much. I will say that CHRISTA has been a very, very successful organization, I can say. Both to listen to the performance today, but I know it by near contacts with the people working with this. So I would congratulate CHRISTA to what they had done the last years. That's the first thing. The other is, I'm an old researcher, I work in university. I know when you have an European project, the project starts when you have finished the report. Then is the important part is what happened after you have finished the report. So the real job starts now. And I think that is important to understand that you have a good future to go on to follow up what you have done. But it's not easy to follow it up because it's easier to start a project than to develop a project. The second point I will say is that it's important perhaps to have these contacts between these regions and musicians, have this contact even in the future. So I will recommend you to continue to have contacts and work together. You can learn a lot of each other together. And the third point, I think, when you have done so much, but you don't exactly know in the future if you have been successful, found out some form of measure to measure what you have done, for instance, in 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. Has there been more people in the musicians? Have the politicians been more interested in what you're doing? Have you attract more money and so on? And arrange a conference here, for instance, in 5 years, from a day to day, 5 years ahead, and learn from each other what you have been successful and what you have not so been successful. But 5 years is a good period to have done a lot of activities that can be successful for the future, for our people in Europe, and for the research in this important field. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Lars. Indeed, Europe is our home, and it's a pleasure to find partners that inspires you, that have something to teach you, and each one of us, even inside the CHRISTA project, had a lot to learn from our partners and from the expertise, what was brought into the project by external expertise, and this is very important. And during the period of the project, some of the partners have also known some difficulties, but together we have managed to overcome them. And I want to ask from our host today, Diputación de Granada, Miriam Pietra Labra, to share with us what is Granada region's perspective on now at the end of the CHRISTA project.
Well, as we were seeing in the presentations before, we are involved in a very, very important project for our province now, that is a candidacy to be declared as a UNESCO geopark in the same area that the territory targeted by CHRISTA. All this time we were working with a similar philosophy to boost a sustainable development for the territory based on the preservation or the local heritage. And we'll finish. And this guarantee its sustainability. And related to the policy instruments influenced by CHRISTA project, we are working in two different ways. One is because the working area shares a lot of similarities with other Andalusian territories. The lessons learned with CHRISTA project can be perfectly replicated or transferred across the rest of Andalusia region to other destinations. Granada County Council does not have the competencies on tourism, but according to CHRISTA premises, forced out to influence in the ERDF operative program for Andalusia with new ideas to consider in the framework of the program. And therefore committed to include actions and to promote tourism infrastructures like museums or interpretation centers or tourism offices in calls for proposals which will permit the creation of a common space for sharing cultural and natural heritage. And the result is that the regional government has published in the official bulletin of the Andalusian government in August 2018 one order taking into account all the CHRISTA lessons. This order includes actions such as assessment of material and equipment to improve the quality of public spaces with a tourist and cultural interest, and recovery and raising in tourist value of cultural heritage, and also promoting accessibility conditions, but includes improving interpretation activities. The action plan of the County Council of Granada for CHRISTA has the same objectives than this transfer. of the previous experience. And in the other hand, about the policy instrument related to Granada County Councils, policy tools, our own provincial competencies, is the provincial government has transferred all the information about the CHRISTA project and the objectives, as well as the good practices, and the identified and paying special attention to this that better fits with the target territory at the north of the province. Many characteristics, needs, challenges of this territory in relation to heritage and the promotion of the tourist activity are shared between these two projects, CHRISTA and Geopark. I want to remember that the Geopark project is a development initiative to promote territories based on their heritage values and work in networking with other geoparks in all the world. And the Granada Action Plan, by creating the Interpretation Centers Network, in the Geopark candidacy, has introduced this in our politics. And to finish, I have to say that we will keep the spirit of the project beyond the finish of the CHRISTA project with this network of centers, which will become the network of dissemination centers of the Geopark project. If we have shortly will be recognized by UNESCO, this Geopark had a strategic plan designed for the next years, and of course agreed with all the agents on the territory, which includes this network of centers as one of its key actions. This guarantees the continuity of this philosophy once the Interreg project was finished. And we will include these lessons learned in our own policy instruments. Of course, it's foreseen to continue with contacts with the regional government, who has all the competencies in tourism, to implement some actions of our action plan, and they will take into account procedures and results of the CHRISTA action plans to be introduced in the future. In fact, I want to highlight that here we are some representatives of the regional government, technician, and this morning political delegate who are here with us sharing this conference. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And on behalf of all, we wanted to go outside, and now the sun is shining upon all of us. Thank you very much.
Okay.
We were and we are all a little bit different type of organization, different type of competencies, and I think this was one of the things that made our project very successful and very rich. And to continue sharing our experiences and our legacy from the project, I would like to ask Radovesta Stewart to join us and to share Burgas municipality ideas after CHRISTA project with us.
Indeed. What I will say about the CHRISTA project with one word for us from Burgas municipalities: inspiration. So CHRISTA project was really inspired. We are a place from Europe that is really eager to develop, to get to the level of the other European countries. I will say, for example, Greece. We always believe that it's on a completely different level, but this project gave us the view, the ideas, and something to really strive for, to really be inspired, to be motivated to continue in that way, in the right direction. So I believe that we're going to continue. And most important, it gave us the tool to analyze. One of the pilot actions by us was to create a strategy on regional level. So it is not just to do something to develop some sites, archaeological sites or cultural heritage, but also to see the other point, to be able to see from a side and understand what you are doing, if you are doing it correctly, what you can improve. So really, thanks to the CHRISTA project, we managed to analyze our actions. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much for your sharing. Inside the CHRISTA project, many competencies were gathered, and after that, we will have much a knowledge database that is very important to be shared with other structures, with other regions. But I think beside that knowledge, people are very important. Many people were involved in this project, and policymakers, stakeholders, and always the representatives of the Latvia team were very numerous, very energetic, and I would like to ask the mayor of Ergli municipality. So who, there are changes, we adapt, we are inside the CHRISTA project, so we adapt. I will go backward. So, please share with us what is the Vidzeme municipality, all the municipalities inside the project that were stakeholders from the Latvian side. What are your ideas after the CHRISTA project?
Thank you. How it's better? I have to. Okay, I'm coming. So, firstly, while I was sitting today and seeing all presentations, come one comparison in my mind. In my childhood, I was very interested, actually now too, in medieval times. And there was one dream, child dream. I wouldn't want to live in a medieval time, but my dream was one day in real medieval time. Seeing presentations today with 4 CHRISTA topics, I understood that it is just a little bit and it will become true. It will be possible, one real day in medieval times and then back today. But if speaking seriously about what Vidzeme region municipalities has gained, I think we has gained very important, valuable and various experience, which already has changed into some pilot actions in some started projects, and I think in many project ideas for which we just need to find funding. If speaking about legacy of CHRISTA and policy making, I think each of us, depending on our role, can do something to impact the policy in themes of culture, tourism and heritage. Just one example. For the development planning, there is a system. Local, national, EU level, for example. When all those documents are improved, system works from up to down. But in the time where those documents are they are worked out, then systems works from down to up. So each of us can impact those documents and work in those documents all ideas which we has crystallized in this project. I think that's our main achievement, our conclusions about this project. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And it's very important also to stress the fact that during all our meetings, we were very keen to learn things that were related to the 4 I's that Manos kept telling us and reminded us. And it's important also to stress the fact that with all the problems that we could have been confronted with, we managed to put the team of the CHRISTA project in front of us, and this is one of the main ways that we have overcome the project challenges. We are going now to the Deputy Head of Tourist Promotion from the Regional Center of Macedonia. And Katerina, please share with us what is your regions. Please come here and share with us what is the CHRISTA legacy for your region.
CHRISTA project it was a very great opportunity for us to exchange ideas, to share our problems and solutions with other partners. And also we learned a lot during this project. The first very important legacy of the project was the fact that we managed indirectly to influence the policy instrument by funding the first action, the application we created from our budget, from the tourism program of the region of Central Macedonia. Yes, it was very important that because we knew that we couldn't change the ROP because it depends on the general changes. So we tried to do it indirectly with this way. Also, a great legacy from the project is the fact that the other 2 actions of us were integrated to the ROP. So we think that we must go on all this process and continue to cooperate and have synergies with the other partners to finish what we started with this project. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Katerina. Speaking on behalf of Sibiu Tourist Board, I can share with you the fact that for us, CHRISTA project was, as you also told, an opportunity to become a better organization and to increase our knowledge in sharing good practices. We have learned a lot of every region, in every meeting that we had during these years of working together. Our staff has learned a lot of things, and our stakeholders also. And we are at the end with the project with a number of other projects that are starting to appear or will be developed on this framework. And this is all due to all the energies that were gathered inside of the CHRISTA project. I think that we have shared a number of things on behalf of the policymakers, but if you have also some contribution from the room, I would like to invite you to share with us your ideas now at the end of the discussion of this panel. So, if there are any intervention from the room.
So I am not going to give any comment. The only thing I can say is I have been now for the 3rd time with the group. So I'm really a kind of external, let's say, testimonial partner and witness of the growth of this Interreg program of CHRISTA. I must say I'm most impressed by the way you have been working and the way you have come to results. So also when you listen, I've been noting for myself, just out of interest, these 7 testimonials we got. I think this is great that Interreg has led to this result. You heard also this morning that they were very proud themselves. This for Interreg, this has been very important, thanks to the energy of all of you, and thanks of, let's say, Manos, you as a kind of connecting glue man in this all, keeping it together and making bridges, connecting people. I think this is great. So you see what peer learning and skill building and skill training can bring about. And you see, that's what positive is, that you hear, we want to go on. We want to go on. It's not over for us. And we can do it together or with others. So I think this is really these 4 I's. The I of ideal exists also. So this is an I you can add to what you have been doing. And let's say this is an energy that has been spent and has led to a result. And I'm, as Europa Nostra, I can only congratulate all of you for the work that has been done.
Thank you.
Well, actually, what I was about to say is exactly what you said. I agree completely. I've attended so far a number of final conferences, and what I've seen today is, from the program point of view, very satisfying, because we see that actually you got very nice results and that this cooperation led to policy changes and improvements in your territory. So the only thing I can say is, like you did, congratulations, and that I suppose that you are all sad that this is ending, because I would be. So that's it. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Well, I will just say from our side, from Interpret Europe, it's about taking the chance, taking the opportunity, as someone mentioned in the presentations that I was about heritage interpretation. CHRISTA project is about taking the chance to be part of a huge network in which you can share experiences, knowledge, and also, for me, it means cooperation, competition in terms of cooperating together for the best regarding sustainable tourism practices too, and how heritage is connecting all of us together in one main important region, big one. So thanks for taking also us the chance to participate on that.
Thank you very much. If there are no other contributions, I would like to give the floor to Manos to conclude the day. And you will find something to say. If it's something that I have learned through the CHRISTA project, is that you have always some wisdom words for us at the end.
Thank you very much, and thank you very much for running this session perfectly, as we have, as you promised in last meeting. I would like to thank everybody that contributed today. In the parallel sessions, there have been very good exchanges, and that's why we're a bit late, because everybody wanted to stay and discuss more in the parallel sessions in the other building. I would like to thank also Charo for being with us all day today and contributing in the morning and in the afternoon, and for her comments. And of course, we will carry on. We'll conclude this. We have one more progress report to deliver. We have a meeting tomorrow, internal meeting for the partners, the last meeting to conclude all remaining little things that have to be concluded before next March. No, I mean, the project doesn't finish here. We still have 5 months. And in these 5 months, we'll have to conclude everything properly and conclude with all the final reporting that is needed. But as we discussed in this session, actions do not stop. And this is something we want to ensure, that actions do not stop. And things that are in the pipeline, and of course, because some of the actions need more time to deliver the final product. For example, in Cyprus, the application to UNESCO does not stop here. It needs to go through the motions, the national ministry, and then as a member state to to submit the file, the dossier to UNESCO. This will take time, so maybe in a few years we'll achieve the same. But as part of the project, we'll make the start. And you know, the start, as we say in Greece, start is half of the story. So, and also in the Granada geopark, if the application is successful by next spring, whether it will be before March or after March, it doesn't matter. It will be a legacy of the project in achieving a UNESCO UNESCO geopark status of the Granada geopark. So we'd like to thank all of you, and of course, Europa Nostra and Peter Jesper, for 3 years running, has been with us, and also in Brussels, in the event we held in Brussels. He contributed to that from Europa Nostra point of view. And Interpret Europe, we had 3 different people come in our meetings, Thorsten, Ludwig, and Sibiu. And then it was Valia Sterioti in Cyprus, and Nuria is with us today and tomorrow. Unfortunately, the other networks that we cooperated with, like eFaith and Europeana and ETC, European Travel Commission, will be here tomorrow. It's already arrived, will be here tomorrow. And eFaith and Tiki for industrial heritage, and Erich, of course, couldn't bring everybody together in this event, but most of the contributors have been active. All the presentations will be on the website and will be shared. And as we said, and Alan said, we'll carry on and we'll deliver the actions and the legacy of the project for the years to come. Thank you very much, and we'll see you tomorrow for the rest of it. Thank you. Can we take a photo with all the contributors to this session? Miriam, Evia, Lars, Alan, Nicholas, Rula, Katerina.